The first card here, it is what brought you two together, and crossing that is the challenges you both face. And your underlying energy is the Five of Swords. Underneath that, the Judgment card. Alright. Some of you guys are dealing with some seriously interesting stuff, okay? Wow, Aries. The Five of Swords does indicate that there was a sacrifice, perhaps, or there's something that is needing to be sacrificed here. Something that's obviously requiring you guys to surrender something, something's a point of view, a way of thinking, or perhaps either, relationships and, things like that. Are you choosing your truth over the other things that you believe in, right? So, that being said, usually how I read my readings, the client is on this side, but you guys have to, you guys feel free to pick the either side that resonates with you. But as default, right, this is you guys or this is the other person. You guys are, you're going into this with the thoughts of being proud of the actions that you've been taking, or wanting to be proud of them. I feel like some of you guys, this has a lot to do with being exposed, being recognized. I don't think this is like a bad thing to be recognized here, but I feel like that you're going into this to be seen, to be noticed, to kind of get not necessarily like an attention kind of thing. Some of you guys it may be, but I feel like you guys really want to be noticed. You really want to be seen. Okay. And I really feel like you want someone to appreciate you for who you are and what you've been, and how far you come in your life, etc. Right? 'Cause sometimes that could be the case. That message may not resonate with very many of you. All right, but the other person is coming in with kind of very similar energy, the Sun. And the Sun talks about exposure. It talks about, looking at situations from all angles and not having any sort of shadows blocking the way. This is the potential for happiness here. This person has this, so they're feeling pretty good as far as their mindset on top. And this person here is like, I swear, this person is very focused on their actions, and if they feel proud about the actions that they've been doing, or feel, they're making great progress, great stride, and they recognize their own success. All right. But the other person here is like, this person has great potential for happiness because they're feeling very clear mentally. Now, what's interesting is that you guys, this person has the Eight of Swords, this person has the Eight of Cups. It's so interesting. Really interesting there. So 2 cards that talk about exposure, 2 cards that are eights, and then the last cards are one about power and relying on the self in a way. Now, this person on the with the Eight of Cups here, they're very clear, and there's nothing obscuring their thought process or anything like that. But the Eight of Cups is indicating that they know what they do not want, and they're going after what they do want. Now, I don't think this is talking about for the relationship itself. I think they're going in a different direction that, to make happiness, to help them find happiness, period. So I don't think there's any breakup energy, nothing like that. The Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords, though, this person could be very selfish. It could be being very selfish right now. Not in a bad way, right? They have to find what makes them happy, right? They can't, I don't think this whole situation, the Eight of Cups, I don't think they're willing to compromise. Only because they've been dealing with this Eight of Cups for a while. Like, they've come up to the Eight of Cups, right? They've surpassed that 7. They are not interested with the 7. The 8 Cup, they're like, this is not doing it. This person's emotionally drained. So I feel like this person is emotionally drained. They're trying to find, that desire within them that they can resonate with. And I feel like with the Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords for this person, they're going to be approaching it from a very self-oriented standpoint, and they may not be thinking about other things or externally around them, because they have their back towards it. It's not of interest. Not that, like I said, not because they hate anything or hate anyone. Nobody's angry, upset, or mad or anything. They can't give anymore. There's nothing emotional that they can give, so they can't. It's like they can't really just give of themselves. Now, this Eight of Swords person here just is kind of feeling like they don't know what to do, which is understandable, right? This person is very clear about what they don't want. Where this person here feels like they've been doing the right thing, but they look like they don't know what the hell they're doing. right? Or they do look like they're in their mind, they think that they're doing the right thing, but at the same time, they feel trapped because they don't know if this is exactly, I don't think they realize or know if this is exactly the right thing to do. Now, the Six of Wands here to me indicates like doing the right thing. When I say right, I do use quotations because the right thing is so subjective. But the thing is, it's like, what is right to you? Because the Eight of Swords here is just telling me that somebody doesn't necessarily feel proud about the work that they've been doing. They actually don't feel like they can make any moves, period. They can't, do anything. Their mind is saying, keeping them from taking action on a situation. They just feel trapped. They don't feel like they'll be able to budge from that. And for somebody that's been feeling like, okay, I've been doing the best work I could possibly give, they just feel like there's nothing more that they can do either. There's not a lot they can do. And typically there is, right? They just have to kind of make a move, do something, other than just think about what you can't do and why you can't do it. If you know what you want to do, then you may have to just do it, right? And do it with pride. Just back yourself. But that's the thing, right? This is the Six of Wands, and the Hermit is at the very bottom. And that to me is indicating two big things. Not exposure, not being recognized, not to feel proud or make sure you're doing the right thing, but to feel confident in the action. Because the mindset is like, okay, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm led to do. This is why I feel. This is why I'm glad I'm doing this. This is really good. It's a very, in a way, minor celebratory card, because this person is recognizing the success that they've been, that they've achieved themselves. The Hermit, he goes within himself to find the answers that he's looking for. He don't look for it externally. He knows that the answers lie within himself. That's confidence in himself to be able to go into the darkness and not get lost. Because you know what? Let's be real. Like, when we have a situation where something bothers us, we may get lost in that darkness sometimes, and we may let that darkness consume us. But it's also us that pulls us out. Sometimes we have friends, which is great, right? People that are lights, like, hey, come back to reality. And I feel like right now with this situation, this is talking about having the courage to see the darkness, to heal that darkness, to heal that pain, to heal that thing that's keeping us from being able to make that move or feel confident in ourselves and come back to the real world, Because the Hermit doesn't stay hidden. He doesn't stay retracted within himself. He only does it if he needs to, right? He only does it when he needs to look at something that he can only fix. And the thing is that this is a very personal situation for this individual. So the reason why this person may not feel confident is whatever, excuses, thoughts, history that they've been through. And this person has to go within themselves, because there's nowhere around them that's going to show them that. And Aries, like I said, I read this as you typically. So it makes sense, right? That nobody around you is going to make you feel good about the work that you do. You have to feel good about it, right? Because it's like, it don't matter what anybody else says. You guys do stuff all the time against people's, better, advice. Not because you don't care, not because you're like Aquarius and you want to just break the rules because somebody told you what to do. But it's like, you do what you feel you're led to do, and you don't, sometimes, like the regret does come in, but that's even strange for you guys, because you do things for, the purest of your own hearts. You're not doing this to be right or wrong, you do it because you are led to. You do it because that's you, and you want to experience that, and you want to know whether that's a good choice for you or not, right? Personally, not that this is a universal truth sort of thing. Now, this other person with the Devil card coming up here in their foundation, where they're coming from, it has a lot to do with power or feeling disempowered. This is the same thing where you are. It's the same situation. Feeling trapped because they don't, not because they don't have the confidence, but they don't see their own power in a situation, They're trying to get control back. They're trying to re-empower themselves. The Devil card, it's, I think there's a bit of obsession, a little bit of, behavior that that may not have benefited this person anymore. But that's why they're looking at different ways of doing something. That's probably why this person's being a little more selfish. There's a lot of individual communication that may be clashing now, because everybody's rediscovering who they are and really figuring out who they are by seeing it from a different angle. That's what brought you two together, the Hangman. Hangman talks about stagnancy, family. So, stagnancy, nothing's been moving. There's obviously nothing's been moving. This is all internal work in the mind with regards to the feelings. And the Hangman puts everything on hold because it needs you to see something from a different perspective. You have the Hermit, the foundation. That's talking about going within to get a different perspective, to get the perspective needed and to heal that perspective so you can have a new one, or you can move forward and gain some new ones, right? If something's, malfunctioning with the system, you're not going to be able to get too far with it. So this is in a way changing your perspective about how you see yourself. This individual is going through the same sort of situation, changing their perspective of how they see themselves in regarding the situations. I don't know if this person is codependent, but everybody's going to be a little bit more focused on themselves. And the obstacle is the Queen of Cups. And it's very interesting, right? Because the Queen of Cups, she is very particular. She can be loving, very supportive, but she's very specific about who has her cup and who doesn't, right? Who can have it, who isn't. There's only one person that can have that cup with the lid on it, and she knows what it is, and no one else knows, right? And I think it's interesting. It's really interesting because the Queen of Cups, she trusts her intuition. She's known to be very intuitive. And I feel like with a lot of this is about connecting with your emotions, connecting with your, connecting with how you feel, and really connecting with your heart's desires through healing the other stuff that you may have dealt with that really didn't connect with you. Getting to know each other is a good card for this as well, because this is about really making bigger and better strides to understand each other, to understand yourself. I feel like you interacting with each other is helping you learn yourself more than you realize doing it on your own, right? And I feel like also engagement is also a new commitment with yourself. This person's coming in to help build a new relationship, a new connection, a strengthened bond between you and yourself, to be really frank. Not just with this other person. I feel like you guys are both kind of going through a similar situation, but if not to learn each other, but if, as a bonus, you're learning yourself through this. And the Queen of Cups knows what's in her cup. She knows what she's got going on in there. And she's very, it's very personal to her. So I feel like you guys are going to find something personal to you that's something that you've cherished and, feels, is extremely special. I say so much when I'm trying to explain stuff. It's crazy. All right. Let's see what you guys got here with the Whispers of Love for this week. For the next couple weeks, rather. Honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. It's a good combination when it comes to get to know each other. Because and how are you going to really get to know each other and strengthen a bond if you're not going to be honest? But that's the thing, right? It's accepting the dark part of us that's the hardest part. But that sort of honesty is what's going to help you accept yourself more than, the other person accepting you. Because all this is about you. It's about how you grow. It's about how you move forward. It's about how you heal and how you feel about yourself and how you, and what your desires are and what your wishes are, right? Because right now it looks like you don't really know where to go, what to do, because, you feel trapped. This person is trying to decide and trying to figure that out. Right? Overcoming their own insecurities here with the Devil card coming up. Judgment, man. You get a call to action, and sometimes like that call to action definitely shifts and changes everything. And I feel like with that Five of Swords, it's like, yeah, you do sacrifice something. But I feel like it's that choice, right? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice something that you believe in? Or do it's never that cut and dry. It's always a little more complicated than that. But there's always something that you end up losing with that Five of Swords sometimes. Right? It's an empty victory, something that you feel like it's necessary. And sometimes honesty just helps, especially if this other person, even though you get to know each other and all that, if this is just, they're not driving with you, then they're not driving with you. But that is just being getting closer to yourself because you respect your emotions and respect your own thoughts.